everyone. Hi, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, everyone. Pilot here. Hey, don't forget, if you want to support the channel and you like the work that I do, please go to buymeacoffee.com/pilothardy, leave your name, and I'll give you a shout out in my next video. Thank you to Ariella for joining my list of generous benefactors. Hey guys, today we're going to be breaking down the Invictus Games 2022. So for those of you that don't know what the Invictus Games is, it's an international week-long sporting event for wounded, injured, and sick servicemen and women, both serving and veterans. Prince Harry is credited with being the founder, and the event was inspired by the US's Warrior Games. It's held about every 2 years and has always been summer events like track and field, and wheelchair basketball. However, it was just announced that the 2025 Games will be a winter version, so kind of like how the Olympics and Paralympics are set up. That will be held in Vancouver, so I'll be interested to see how our Canadian friends react when the time comes. So this year, the Games were held in The Hague, in the Netherlands. The Sussexes were given VVIP status for the event, but the Dutch royal family made quite a statement by publicly stating that they would not grant the Dumbartons an audience, nor offer them lodgings during their stay. So like I said previously, the Dutch king and queen were just at Prince Philip's memorial, so I think we know where their loyalties lie. Like several other Megxit YouTubers have said, the Invictus Games was basically the Harry and Meghan show. Harry's interviews were mainly about himself, and Meghan treated the games like she was Gigi Hadid at New York Fashion Week. But this was expected. Don't forget, they were filming everything for Netflix. Her selflessly giving her coat to swaddle a baby and the tender Sussex kiss will be available to watch on their upcoming reality show. Nothing was done or said without having the cameras in mind. Nothing the Dumbartons do is unplanned or by accident. Speaking of the kiss, you don't have to be an expert to have seen the awkwardness and coldness of it. It was obviously planned out in advance. You can just tell. It wasn't spur of the moment. Instead of an embrace, she put her hand up against his chest and she was quick to pull away. That kiss did not reflect that sickly sweet speech she had given about her incredible husband, Harry. Their body language during the entire games was noticeable to me. The second Harry and his wife landed in North America back in 2020, she let go of that kung fu grip of Harry's arms. No more clinging onto him like a lost child in a shopping mall. Interesting how that happened, isn't it? Well, she was on her home turf now. But notice how she was acting now that they were back in Harry's neck of the woods. Back to being glued to his side as if she were suddenly shy and demure again. The double arm grip, the infamous claw on his back directing him where to go. A confusing dichotomy there. Clinging to him like he was a life raft, but directing the life raft where to go. She just can't help herself. And then we also saw the classic moving the hair out of the face by not moving the hair out of the face. This appearance was a smorgasbord of Meghan's well-known, repetitive, and odd behaviors. Okay, let's talk about the wife's fashion choices. First, the big reveal. Whether we admit it or not, we were all curious about what megabucks would be wearing during these games. Especially the first look. Was anyone surprised when she showed up in a baggy pantsuit? I wasn't. It was white, and I'm sure the wife knows the symbolism of the color and planned it out meticulously. And again, for someone who presents herself as a fashionista, the fit was all wrong. Once again, she repeatedly wears outfits that make her look square and gives her zero shape. I don't understand the thinking behind it. You can hide weight gain without looking like a walking rectangle. At least we could see her feet as she walked, which is rare when she's wearing pants. The hand jewelry was bizarre, but I will admit her hair looked flawless. We all know half the time the hair is a bit wonky and out of place, but I can admit when it looks good. I still say one of these days she should let her natural hair do its thing. Although she's even admitted she probably wouldn't recognize her natural hair after everything she's done to it over the years, which, touche.
It doesn't remember what it once was, but yes, once upon a time it was curly, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Then we had the Kim Kardashian look. I actually do like monochromatic looks, but a turtleneck in spring? A little bizarre. And it wasn't the right look for the event, which was meeting the athletes. She doesn't look approachable here. She looks like she's going to a business meeting. I would have gone for a more casual look, but this outfit wasn't heinous. This is another outfit I didn't hate. The tweed jacket I liked, but the jeans were a fail. The baggy fit around the waist widened her shape, while the high water cut of the jeans shortened her legs. And then with the flats on top of it, and again, where the jacket and jeans meet, give her a more square shape. Oh, we gotta pause here. Also, I'm not a fan of the slicked back ponytail on her. Her hairline doesn't lend itself to that style, and no hate, mine doesn't either. All in all, nothing too disagreeable, but nothing to get excited about either. Now, the Diana shirt. This was the worst look of the games for me. Not just because it's super creepy that it's identical to the look Diana wore for her last photo shoot before her death, but it also doesn't do Meg any favors. She looked hunched over. You have to have incredible posture to pull off that off-the-shoulder neckline. It rounds the back, and then the front. The ruching, I can't stand ruching. The shape, just, it doesn't look good at all. The pants were harmless enough, but no. Now, the jacket as a shirt and jeans look wasn't bad. I didn't realize before, but she wasn't wearing anything underneath the jacket, which I think is interesting. To me, again, for attending sporting events and competitions, it seemed too formal. Like she wasn't planning on staying very long, which is hilarious because we know that's her MO, staying long enough for a photo op and then bouncing. I would be very interested to know how long she actually stayed for each event she showed up to. My gut feeling is not very long. Seems that's what happened when she was at the book reading with the children, which turned out not to be with her book. The book that was actually chosen was a childhood favorite by a veteran. The Daily Mail writes, quote, "After the reading, he handed a copy of the book to Meghan and confessed he had cheekily signed his name inside and presented it as a gift." Can you imagine her reaction? Oh, to be a fly on the wall for that moment. I'm sure she had planned the reading as a book signing event and was going to hand out free copies of The Bench. No, not that one. No, not that one either. There's the one. I wouldn't be surprised if she handed out copies regardless. She's got to get rid of them somehow. The article also says, quote, "The Duchess also sat down at an arts and crafts table to show off her calligraphy, a skill she honed while working as an artist before getting her big acting break on U.S. legal drama Suits." Calligraphy? That is cursive, okay? Cursive, not calligraphy. This is calligraphy. I don't care what you say, that's something else she lied about on her resume. Maybe people paid her for it, but they paid for cursive. Sorry. And we won't even go into how she painted the Ukrainian flag upside down when she has a international studies degree and has made public statements about the Ukrainian conflict on her data collecting website. How, if you know the entire world is watching you and you're unsure what a flag looks like, do you not do a simple Google search? Or have one of your huge entourage look it up? Or, I don't know, look at your emojis. But yeah, we won't go there. Apparently, she only posed for a couple selfies before leaving the reading early, while surrounded by several bodyguards, confirming our suspicions. Cue the eye roll. Her last look before heading back to the US was that ghastly $6,000 Valentino mini dress. Again, I don't get it. This dress reminded me of the dress she wore to the Global Citizen event in NYC. The square shape again. I don't understand. Actually, I do know why. She surrounds herself with yes people, and no one around her is brave enough to tell her the truth, which she probably wouldn't listen to anyway. There had to have been mirrors where she was staying, right? I don't know. We all know Harry's not saying anything. It shortens her legs, gives her no shape whatsoever. All that for thousands of dollars. Insane. Overall, some looks were meh, some were not good. But the thing that bothers me the most is the price tag for all of this. $62,000 for 3 days, or thereabouts. My little brain can't even comprehend that. And in front of athletes that have gone through so much, and their families, through a pandemic and now a major conflict, it was just nothing less than vulgar. The wife has absolutely no self-awareness or couth. She can't read a room, and she certainly didn't do that at the Invictus Games. Alright, now let's go back and cover significant events chronologically. Obviously, the first major thing that happened at the Games, after of course Meghan's catwalk moment in her oversized pantsuit, was the opening ceremony. Meghan and Harry both had speeches, with the wife introducing her incredible husband. The wife's speech is full of her typical eye roll, inducing buzzwords, word salads, and name drops. She always makes sure that we know she has private conversations with important people.
Oksana team, we talked about it yesterday. Slava Ukraini.
She frequently references family when her actions show she doesn't know the meaning of the word.
Family, family, family.
Family.
Family isn't conditional, it's not there to promote your brand or your status, and it's certainly not something she holds dear. Her words ring hollow. Just because she can recite speeches without notes doesn't mean she actually believes in what she says. Now, let's shift focus over to Harry. He shushes the crowd like he's a teacher speaking to a kindergarten class. The condescending attitude has been a running theme with this guy. He thinks of himself as a shepherd to us sheep, and we'll go more into that a little later. You can hear it in his voice that he really misses this aspect of his formal royal life.
God, I've missed you all.
I have a feeling that during this entire event, Harry was thinking, not everything about being a prince was bad. The buzzwords were abound, the usual suspects were all there: resilience, justice, service, community.
Resilience.
Justice, service, community.
When the camera panned over to the wife, I half expected her to be mouthing the words along with him. And here again, he talks to the veterans like children. He does this everywhere he goes. He did it at the NYC Veterans Gala. And I don't know, maybe I'm the only one that gets bothered by this, but it rubs me the wrong way.
Are you ready? No. Invictus, are you ready? That's better.
His actions the past couple years have shown he feels he knows better than quote-unquote normal people. To me, it just seems like a cheap, condescending way of trying to hype people up. And I'm not a fan. All in all, the speeches were surface-level platitudes, and in classic Sussex style, they used way too many words to convey simple messages of "we're proud of you" and "thanks for being here." So, since so much has happened during the games, I'm going to break this up into 2 videos. I'm going to leave it here for now, but don't worry, part 2 will be up within the week. I'll be going over the Today interview, the games without Meghan, and everything going down with Netflix. So turn on that notification bell, be on the lookout for part 2, and I'll speak to you all very soon. TTFN, ta-ta for now.